So this is where we're going to start our Savannah Way adventure. This is Normanton. We've just stayed a couple of nights there. Great spot, cool purple pub, good free camp down the road as well. We've just made the turn off. This is where we're going. Come and have a look. Signs over here. Borroloola, 7:45. So we're going all the way to Lorella Springs. So today we're only going to make it as far as Leichhardt Falls, another free camp, but we'll show you the road conditions between Normanton and Lorella Springs. We'll show you what we get up to, the campsites, whatever else we find along the way. So it'll be some great info to help you out if you're planning your own travels this way. Cheers.
So this is actually our first stop. It's the Burke and Wills Monument. It's pretty incredible to come here and read all the history about how they managed to get all the way from Melbourne up to the Gulf. These early explorers are amazing, crazy.
So only about 40 k's after the turn off from Normanton, you hit your first stretch of dirt. So pretty good though. It's all, I don't know if it's been freshly graded or not.
It's like the best road.
We're just like talking between each other, going, "Geez, I hope it's like this all the way across because it'll be fantastic if we it doesn't get any rougher." But anyway, we'll see how we go. A bit of dirt. So this is our first stop out of Normanton on the Savannah Way. It's a place called Leichhardt Falls. You got to check this out. Wait for it. Yes. So it's not, obviously there's no falls at the moment. It's a bit dry, but far out. Check it out. It's like this rocky escarpment cliff top here. Big lagoon, and then there's the van. There's a few other vans around as well. Awesome spot, cranking weather. Just pulled up, it was stinking hot inside the van, so we chucked on the aircon because we've got one of these bad boys fitted. So 200 amps of lithium and a big inverter, runs that aircon, cool the van down, and now we've just popped a few windows, everyone's had a feed, haven't we?
We're good to go.
And we're going to get, oh someone's a bit creaky, and we'll get that little fireplace out there cranking the Savo and have a wicked sunset here at Leichhardt Falls on our way to Burketown. Pretty awesome, eh Bill?
Yeah. Show me.
So we've just had a bit of an exciting event happen. Haven't we, Jacko? Show me. Oh my God, his first tooth. Hey? And then what, he came out to tell Mum and he's dropped it in the sand. So
Trying to find
now we're on a tooth hunt at Leichhardt Falls. How cool is that? So we've made it into Burketown. Here's the sign here. I didn't know this, but it says it's the barramundi capital of Australia. So we better get the fishing rods out and have a crack, I reckon. So we're going to stay in here a night or so. We don't know where yet. We'll go for a look. But it's been a good trip. Leichhardt Falls last night was fantastic on the sort of cliff top there. The falls weren't running because it's a bit dry at the moment, but still a beautiful lagoon. A couple of freshwater crocs in there. Campfire, awesome setup, and there's a few people around as well. So great spot on the way here. The road conditions were good. A bit of dirt. Probably about 100 k's of dirt, but it was all freshly sort of graded and well looked after, and the rest of it was just bitumen. We sat between 80 and 100 k's the whole way here, so no dramas here. Burketown, let's go and check it out. This is our campsite at Albert River. Just up the road is Burketown. You've got to book these places through the Burketown Shire Council website. This is site number 27. We haven't seen any others, so we can't tell you what they're like, but check this one out, far out. Hey, we just had the best sunset going down, just down there, down the river. Come through here, I'll show you the setup. Easy road in, it was a bit sandy, and you go across these mud flats, but they're hard as. There's only one little boggy section that we had to drop it into low range to get through, but no dramas, all here. Got the barbie kicked out, a couple of big T-bones on here we got from Burketown. Check these out. That's from the Burketown, they're called a roadkill butcher. Oh, they look alright to me.
Yummo.
We've got the ute set up, a couple of rods out, campfire going. Hey, it's called the barramundi capital of Australia. If I can't go on here, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm loving it. I'm might just get the missus to feed me beer while I sit here, I think. So,
how much is it here?
oh, $35 a night, but 25 of that is for a fishing license. So it's only $10 a night to stay here. So how good's that? And if you haven't seen one of these, check this thing out. This is called an Aussie, mate. Little drink holder. Put your chips down here, shove it into the ground, holds your beer, holds the missus wine.
You're just in your element there, aren't you?
It's alright, eh? Check it out. Albert River Campground, Burketown. Loving it. So we just managed to get across here. We come through yesterday, just down the road, but it was dry, low tide. Now it's high tide, and it's too sticky and wet there. So we found another little track, but it still had a deep little washout in it. Luckily, Max Tracks chuck them in like a bridge. It's worked a treat. So if we didn't have them in there, I think we would have struggled hardcore getting through. We probably would have had to wait for low tide, which is in about another 8 hours. So anyway, handy to carry a set of these bad boys. And then you can stop in at Burketown on your way out, empty your dump point, fill up your tanks with water, and now we're heading towards Hell's Gate Roadhouse. So good stopover, Burketown on the Savannah Way, up in the Gulf, loving it. Let's go.
We've arrived at Hell's Gate Roadhouse, so we're parked up out the back here. It's an awesome little caravan park or campground or whatever. It's got showers, toilets, there's an airstrip here. It's only about 20 k's of dirt today. We only did a couple of hundred all up from Burketown to Hell's Gate. And here it is, great little spot on your travels along the Savannah Way.
So we're just leaving Hell's Gate Roadhouse this morning. Great spot to stop overnight. They've got a bar there, and the mechanic Timmy does a fire twirling show and that, so it's a good bit of fun and it's social. A few people stop here overnight too, travelling east and west. But now we've got the big trek between Hell's Gate and Booroloola, which is kind of worrying us a bit. We've got mixed reports. Some people say the road is shit house, some people say the road is really shit house. So anyway, we're going to go and do it for ourselves, but I've got that gut feeling that it is going to be really shit house.
Happy birthday.
So with a on-road caravan and 250 k's of corrugations, I'm not sure what this road's going to bring for us. But I think what we'll try and do is just drive to the conditions. We'll adjust our what we can, our tyre pressures, our speed, and pick your line, and we'll try and get through it unscathed. I reckon we should be able to do it. Just got to slow down, take it easy, and be sensible. So, what do you reckon, kids? We don't want to break anything, do we?
Yep.
No, we don't. So we've made it to the Northern Territory border. The road from Hell's Gate to here was pretty bad, but it was about 40 k's of corrugations, pretty deep, pretty wide. But if you slow down, we'd slow down to about 20-30 k's an hour, and we got here no drama. So a bit of bitumen as well, but it's still another 268 kilometres to Booroloola, and I don't think the road's going to get any better. So be slow going for us, but we're going into NT time now, so that's all right. You've got to slow down when you go to the Northern Territory, and we'll definitely be doing that on this road, I think. So good times. So we made it. Hey, Hell's Gate to Borroloola.
Woo!
One hit. It's about 320 k's, and it's, I won't lie to you, it's a pretty terrible road. The worst of it is probably this last 30 k's into Borroloola. This stuff now, oh my god, how good is this? Bitumen. And the last 40 k's, or the first 40 k's coming from Hell's Gate to Borroloola was absolutely terrible. But anyway, it is what it is. It's dirt road, it's corrugated, we're in the middle of nowhere, but we're in Borroloola now. We'll go in, stock up on a few groceries, and then we might even stay the night at the caravan park. So we'll give you a look around, and we'll head up to King Ash Bay. We made it, we didn't break anything. Pretty happy with that. So this is our campsite at Borroloola. We're at the caravan park here. It's 25 bucks for a night, unpowered. We're up the back here, so if you spin around, there is no one around. We're right on the edge, which is pretty awesome. Overlooking this, and I reckon the sunset's going to be pretty nice just over here. So, not much in Borroloola. If you're looking to stock up on groceries and stuff, probably not the best idea to wait until you get here, because yeah, there's not much to choose from. So we are now on our way out to King Ash Bay from Borroloola, so it's only about 30-40 k's I think, but when you hit the turn off to King Ash Bay, it's about 20 k's, and it goes back to dirt, right? So it's pretty bad as well. I think it'll be alright. There's a grader on it now, so after we spend a couple of days in here, it should be smooth on the way out. But this is it. Well, it's got the potential to be really bad, so be ready for that as well. Should be good out here. We've heard good things about King Ash Bay and the caravan park. There's some good fishing. Lots of people get out here, so it should be fun. And a couple of beers, a few barra.
Always beers and barra.
So there we go. I couldn't get any in bloody Normanton, and it's the barramundi capital of the world or something. So we'll keep trying. Just got to get through this next 20 k's of corrugations, and we'll set up, show you around. Yeah, what a beautiful morning. All we need to do now is catch a bloody fish. So this is our campsite at King Ash Bay, down in the Jenny Flats they call it, so it's all unpowered camping, only $22.50 a night. Boat ramp's just there. Went for a fish this morning, lost a good barra, which I'm spewing about, but be careful because there's crocs there. I had one stalking me last night and I could see his big print on the bank this morning, so they're around. You can see where a croc's been sitting. I don't know if you can see that. Should be able to. See where his nose has been laying. Then his 2 feet all the way back into the water, and then look at those. There's like scratch marks from his claws as he's gone back in. Ooh, hey? Right on that little bank there. Shit. You wouldn't even know he was there. That's pretty big, eh? Look at that. Even if you don't do any good, make sure you talk to the locals around here. There's a lot of the older generation get around here and they stay up here for 3 or 4 months with their boats, do a lot of fishing and crabbing. And lovely old couple over here, Heather and Chris. Look at this, giving us a couple of muddies and a couple of fillets of fish as well. So get yarding to them. They do pretty well up here in their tinnies, and even if you can't get something off the bank, you should still be able to get a good feed of fresh seafood from up here at King Ash Bay. So we're loving it. 2 nights here and we'll move on, I think. But if we had a boat, you'd Beck would struggle to get me out of here. It's a good spot. So here's the Heartbreak Hotel, about 100 k's south of Borroloola. It's all bitumen, the road there. There's a caravan park and that out the back here, good spot. All grassy, a few people around. We just pulled up for lunch with a couple of sangers. One kid's asleep in the truck. The others are having a bit of a feed. What'd you have, boys?
Sandwiches and jam sandwiches.
Oh gosh,
Can't
you're lucky.
go past the PB&J.
Okay. So it's probably the last spot to go and get grog before we go into Lorella, unless you want to pay $300 for a carton.
It's bloody expensive in there. Justin just told me it's $75 for a bottle of vodka, which is what I drink.
So we're tossing up. We're not sure whether to actually spend the funds or not. We're thinking it's going to be $3 a litre for diesel in the Lorella. So we might save the grog money and spend it on fuel so we can go exploring. But it's a tough choice, isn't it?
Very tough choice. Do we just share a bottle of bourbon instead of getting rum and vodka?
70-30 to me.
Of course.
Alright, deal. Check it out anyway when you're coming through Heartbreak Hotel. I'm going to go for a wander now. Have a look over here. There's the campground out the back. It's pretty cool. Right, we're moving on to Lindman National Park. So once you leave the Heartbreak Hotel, it's only not far before you take the turn off towards Roper Bar and Lindman National Park. So then it goes back to this stuff. So it's pretty rough, shaly, corrugated, and it's about 90 k's of this, I think. We're going to a place called
I know.
Hopeless.
Lost City.
Lost City.
Campground.
It's a campground which is just past Lorella Springs, and then we'll spend the night there, and then we'll just backtrack a few k's, and then we'll be on the Lorella Springs road in, which is about 30 k's, and from what we've heard it's the worst. But anyway, this is no worse than the Borroloola Road to Hell's Gate. So, but anyway, you got to take your time, let your tyres down. We'll be in there pretty soon. So having a bit of a rough day with the kids today. I'm about to leave them all on the side of the road.
Let's do that. Let's just pull up and leave it here.
Alright, we're pulling up. That's it, kids. Yous are out. So on the way to Lorella, we spotted a free camp on Wikicamp. So actually, it's not free. It's a national park one. It's called the Lost City, the Southern Lost City. So it's 12 k's past the turn off to Lorella. We thought, why not? We're going to spend 12 or more days there anyway. Let's go and check out something different. We've rolled it in today. It's a national park site. $7.70 for a family. How cheap's that?
Bargain.
There's a set of toilets over there. So you've got drop toilets over there. Here's our van and car pulled up here. Then swing around here. We've got this big area. Got a fire pit, got like a picnic table, and then here's the Lost City up behind us. So how good's that? If you just walk like 50 metres down the trail, you can roll in there and do a walk through them. We'll do that in the morning. We pulled up about 4 in the arvo, so we're just having a couple of tins and get the fire going and enjoy it. But check it out, it's on the way. So you can go through from, where were we today, Beck? What's that?
Heartbreak Hotel.
Heartbreak Hotel.
Yeah.
You can go from there to Roper Bar, right? So, but we're not going that far because we're only going to Lorella Springs, and the road is pretty bad. So, not far after you hit Heartbreak Hotel, you turn off up here, and it's about, what did we do? Probably 90 k's, and it was on par with the road from Hell's Gate to Borroloola. It was pretty bad. So now all we have to do is go back 12 and then hook a left, and we'll be up at Lorella Springs in 30 k's. So we'll show you that when we get there. It's going to be unreal, but for tonight, don't get much better than this, eh? A couple of tins, probably a few more. See ya.
We're doing the Southern Lost City walking trail. You can do it from the campground. It's about an hour to do the loop. Now you start off from the campground and you come to these amazing rock formations. They're these beautiful, unique pillars. And then you head to the lookout, which is also amazing. Heading back down now, it's a really easy walking trail. The kids have managed well. We've all managed well, and it's been awesome.
We're nearly there. Check it out. Hey, this is the entry to Lorella Springs. Only 29 k's of this dirt road left to go. So it's been a massive trip for us. The whole plan was to get up to Lorella Springs, all the way from Brisbane to Cairns, up into Atherton. Then we've come across the Savannah Way across the top here with our caravan in tow. So check it out. She's looking pretty filthy and mangy, but it's done a really good job. We've had no damage, a little bit of dust inside. Everything's happy days. And we've got 29 k's to go. We're going to spend 10 or 12 days in there. Got some big stuff. We'll show you all around the station, see what's going on. Anyway, pretty excited. We're going to get in here, set up at the homestead, get a map and plan out what we're going to do for the next week or so. So
Let's go check out some hot springs.
pretty keen. It's been a fair mission getting here, but I reckon it's all going to be bloody worth it, eh? So from the campground at the homestead at Lorella Springs, you've got this awesome map when you pull in, and on the back of it it's got all the locations and what they are. So you can do day trips, you can do remote camping, you can go fishing. There's heaps of stuff to do. There's hot springs, water slides, waterfalls. We're a bit late in the season, so it's pretty dry, so some of those things like the falls and water slides aren't running. But if you're here early, like April, May, just after the wet, when it opens you can get in, there's like 20 or more places to go and swim and slide and waterfall. So it's pretty epic. We're doing a day trip today out to a place called Nudie Hot Springs and then up to Rosie Creek for a bit of fishing and a bit of lunch. So check them out, lots of good trips to do, and we'll explore for the next 10 days. There's only 29 k's of this dirt road left to go, so this is where we're going to set up for the night. This is on the way out to secret fishing spot. Chill out, have a campfire and a few beers, and hopefully catch a few fish, hey Beck?
Yes. I hope we don't catch any catfish.
Yeah, me too. I hate catfish. That's our trip done. It's been massive getting here, but we've just done 10 days in at Lorella Springs. Different campsites, rivers, waterfalls, swimming holes, fishing, and then we'll be finally back on the bitumen. We've had our tyres down for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks. Feels like forever. So it'd be good to get back on the blacktop and get back up to 100 k's again.
Get to a Woolworths.
Yeah, and a Woolies.
We need some fresh produce.
Cupboards are bare, we've got no fruit, no veg, no beer. The van has been put through hell on these corrugations and stuff, but the Cruise Master suspension underneath and the off-road hitch, it's done a really good job helping that van out, and the Mazda as always has just killed it. So anyway, let's go, we'll go and jump in.